Hi, and welcome to the King of Kalimpong Devlog. Today I want to talk about the vehicle's boost system. In Kalimpong, you have a single weapon system which is responsible for both offense and defense. Using your weapon to shoot or boost consumes energy, so you have to chain maneuvers together thoughtfully. You can easily end up in a compromised position where you're exposed to your opponent and you don't have enough energy to dodge or counter their attack. When I first started experimenting with weapon boosting, the player had to do everything. So if you wanted to dodge left, you had to aim the weapon to the right and fire a boost. These moves felt good when you pulled them off, but you almost never did, and it led to a bad experience overall because you were constantly whipping your camera around in combat. That was disorienting and made it hard to focus on your target. To address this, I introduced manual camera and weapon decoupling. What that means is that you can hold down a key and move your weapon, and the camera wouldn't follow it until you release that key. This way you could aim boosts in combat without having to look away from your target. The problem with this approach was that you couldn't aim your boosts very well, so they didn't help you much. At this point we decided to simplify things, because what we really wanted was to just press a key and have the vehicle shoot the right boost. Now boosting forward, left, or right are all just single key presses. When you boost, the weapon's aim rotation is temporarily hijacked and auto-rotated to the right orientation. The problem here is that the camera wants to follow the weapon, which is unpleasant. Handling that was easy enough. Tell the camera system to ask the weapon system if it's auto-rotating, and if it is, don't follow it. Unfortunately, I didn't think that went through very much. The camera still has to look somewhere while the weapon is auto-rotating. The solution became obvious once we play tested a bit more. Something that happens a lot in Kalimpong is being chased because you have something that someone else wants. You end up looking and shooting behind you and boosting to dodge incoming shots. When you boosted while looking backward, the camera would snap forward, blinding you for a moment. A much better experience than hijacking the camera when the weapon is auto-rotating is to just continue to follow the player's desired aim rotation, and to smoothly bring the weapon to that rotation when it's not busy. This means you get to keep looking at whatever you want to look at, and the weapon joins you there as soon as it can. The implementation of this is not too bad either. I just had to shift my thinking about how the player's input affects the weapon's aim. Rather than the look input rotating the weapon directly, the input updates a desired aim rotation on the vehicle. The weapon depends on this aim rotation when it's not busy, and the camera uses the same rotation to look where you're looking, regardless of what the weapon is doing. Switching to this model also made it easier to implement mid-air aiming and the ability to look around without a weapon. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.